there's
Nice.
record of us talking again. So
Nice. Perfect.
So that was a very.
Does this put me on a list? I don't like
Yeah.
being on lists.
Well, hey, if they really want to try and find Tony Calzone or
Calzone.
Christopher Multitasky,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all that you are in any of this. We haven't linked you. We haven't friended you because you're not on social media.
Right.
This
right.
guy's a ghost.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it here, but I was actually on another podcast recently, a business podcast.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. I'll send it to you guys. It's fucking
with your real name.
with my real name.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You're gonna
So
have
I
a
can't-
dual. You're gonna have a dual career.
Right.
So
So
you're gonna be like Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Were you funny
Yeah,
on it?
hell yeah.
Did you just get to be funny?
No, I was talking about AI and finance.
You didn't tell them it was an Indian?
I didn't tell them it was. They're like, so talk to us about AI and finance. I'm like, AI is just an Indian. Okay, leave me alone.
And if you use it 3 times, it's a Mexican. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Hey, I gotta piss real quick. Is there room in this stream for me to piss?
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're playing
The
Death
stream
Stranding.
is your piss.
Playing weird
You're
Hideo
gonna go
Kojima
stream.
game.
Streaming platform.
I am trying to find the remote so I can turn down the room audio. There it is.
Man, that chef's pizza looks real good.
You can get 2 slices for $7.
Oh man.
Current situation is too dangerous. I'm trying to play my song. There's a song on here that I'm addicted to. It's Traversus. I had early access of this game. I got it 2 days before everyone else. I paid an extra $10, so I have all the roads. I'm further. This is currently, I believe, the most popular video game in all of history of time. And I need more ceramics. God damn it. I have to go get ceramics and build this road. Baby bok choy. Do you have any baby bok choy here, Donnie?
I do not.
Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers, baby back ribs, baby bok choy. I'm going to go get killed by these guys. You can see what happens when you die. It makes a huge crater. But I got a bunch of cool new shit. I'm going to try it all out. I should probably...
Man, the real actors in video games are starting to look a lot better. A lot more realistic.
Well, what's his name? He named his kid Mingus.
In real life?
This, I keep mixing up his real name and his name from Walking Dead. Walton Goggins. Norman Penis.
Migas Reedus?
Norman Penis's Renus. Am I still in a dangerous situation, or can I play music?
Are these people making music for the game? Like real people?
Yes. Did your so the reason I was asking about your kid, Chris, was because Chick-fil-A. I heard Trump is going to sell the army to Chick-fil-A.
Trump's doing what now?
They had the army celebration for his birthday, you know,
Oh, right.
the parade for the birthday of the army, but also Trump's birthday.
Mm.
But then he said he's going to sell the whole army to Chick-fil-A. So then, if you tell them thank you for your service, they had to say it's my pleasure.
That they have to say that because
Because they work for Chick-fil-A.
They work for Chick-fil-A now.
You have to say thank you for your
Yeah.
service
Yeah.
to the army. And they have to say my pleasure.
No,
Yeah.
that's
I'm saving all the shitty jokes for the stream.
that's almost like our friend level. Aren't I so clever? What if Trump sold the military to Chick-fil-A? That way, whenever
Imagine if
whenever
you
you
will.
said thank you for your service, they had to say my pleasure. Aren't I clever? Aren't I so funny?
Look how good I am. Tell me you like me.
Yeah.
Is that this? Do you guys watch
like
Hacks?
that.
You don't
Yeah.
watch Hacks?
I watched
yeah.
the first 2 or 3 seasons of it.
Is her daughter the same girl from Always Sunny?
Yes, Caitlin
Yes.
Olsen is
Yeah,
her
yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
She acts the same. She's telling me I'm good the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys like that show?
Yeah,
I liked it.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
I liked it, but again, I can just that fucking half woke shit libby.
Yeah.
They don't
Like
show enough
that
stand-up.
Heine Einbender or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I like her, but I'm like, stop with some of this.
Yeah.
And she's very much, because there's girl comedy, there's female comedy, there are female comedians, not just the Hannah Gadsby's, but there are ones that are like, oh yeah, I know that chick. Like my lesbian stepsister and a girlfriend went and saw her here, Hannah Einbinder.
Oh, her. Yeah.
And she does stand up and all that. And I'm like, nobody I know, none of the comedian people that we know, none of our comedy friends has ever mentioned Hannah Einbinder's stand up.
No.
Nobody.
No.
I mean, I don't even know if like Trish Smart or Audrey would be like, yeah, I like her. I don't even know if any of the female comedians.
In fairness, though, like none of us are talking about like when Larry David does stand up either. Larry David's funny,
Yeah.
obviously, but like no one gives a shit when Larry David does stand up for the most part.
Yeah. It's just a little bit like. I mean, I guess at one point it was kind of the Amy Schumer type, but what I'm saying is there's a whole
It's a different genre.
atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a different.
There's a whole other hemisphere.
Yeah.
Of comedy that is what women like, and there sometimes there's just not much. I guess we got the same with like, white dudes show up for Stavros, right?
Right.
Like, there's not a lot of chicks that are going to see Stavros,
Right.
Well, they can't afford to go to comedy because they only make 75%.
Well, they have to have their
They also
boyfriends
have to get out of bed.
because most of the girls at like a Stavros Halkias show. Well, at this point, Shane Gillis, probably a lot of Shane Gillis too. They're being brought there by their boyfriends.
Yeah.
They're definitely boyfriend comedy for girls, and there's also that for women. Like,
in fairness to the squeaker girls that we talk about sometimes, they fucking love comedy, minus that one Bill Burr thing when she was really drunk.
yeah, because one of them,
it was the main one. But even
Because girls go to comedy shows to argue.
I don't know. I've been to comedy shows with them before, and they're fucking into it.
Yeah.
They love that shit. But
do you think they would go to Hannah Einbinder?
I don't think they would go to him.
I've never even heard of this person.
The chick from Hacks, the main chick.
Oh,
The
that's
main
all.
chick, yeah.
I mean, she is a stand-up comedian, and she had been for a while.
Oh, the young girl?
Yeah.
Oh, not the old lady.
Yeah,
that's
not Jean Smart.
That's Jean Smart.
Yeah. Oh, Jean Smart's in Legion too, and she's awesome in it.
Oh,
she's
nice.
so good. Yeah.
Like the
I don't know
kind
any
of like
women's names. It's all just Pussy McTitsworth. Shut up, Sandwich Steen.
there's like a thing in Hacks that happens where like the Hannah Einbinder, that's her name, where she's like trying to like be super woke, and Jean Smart's like, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
But then Jean Smart comes around
Yeah.
more to her like
Yeah.
sensibilities, which I find to be dumb. But there's like enough funny shit in the show to keep it coming back.
You can always tell when somebody is woke and they try to criticize being woke.
Yeah.
Because they can't take it that one extra step to make it really funny and to really show the absurdity of a lot of woke stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have to still agree with some of that absurdity. They have to partake in that absurdity. We don't have anything like Portlandia anymore.
Yeah.
Portlandia knew how to take those steps and not have to pull back or not have to say, but actually this is good. It's bad.
Right.
They didn't have to, like the Women and Women First, the women's bookstore. They knew that they could just be as ridiculous and stupid and over the top as possible.
Totally.
Because it was funny.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything about, they're not like having to guard what they say because they don't want to contradict some feminist principle by making fun of feminism or whatever.
Right.
And I really like Hacks. I love Jean Smart, and I like Hannah Einbinder, and I like all the characters that are in it. But my biggest problem with that show is that it wouldn't go that extra step to be like, yeah, some of this is kind of stupid, and we can acknowledge that it's stupid.
So
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
speaking of the extra step, have you heard? I'm sure you haven't seen it, but have you heard about Slam Frank?
No.
What? I love it already.
So it's a musical about Anne Frank if she was like a gender non-conforming like something or other,
Nice.
and her dad's like trans, and her
Yeah.
and like oh no. Anne Frank herself is like like non-binary Latino, and like her
Okay,
dad
yeah.
is like trans, and anyway, all of the characters are some like intersectional
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy thing, and it's supposed to be the most absurd bullshit in the
Yeah.
world. It's basically like Hamilton, so it's like rapping and
Okay.
and all all of that, but the characters are just like
So is it woke or is it winking?
it's winking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I heard actually that the writers are conservative or right wingers or something like that. They made Slam Frank to basically like
Oh yeah. No, it's
it's a parody, right?
so Slam Frank is a satirical musical that reimagined Anne Frank's story as an intersectional, multi-ethnic, genderqueer, decolonized, empowering
Jesus.
Afro-Latin hip-hop
Buy a
musical.
vowel.
The show was inspired by a 2022 Twitter thread where the question, did Anne Frank ever acknowledge her white privilege, was asked and debated. The musical imagines what happens when a progressive community theater company decides to transform Anne Frank's true story into a more diverse and inclusive version. The show has faced criticism for its approach, with some arguing that it's disrespectful
That's
and
not funny.
inappropriate,
I don't think that's funny.
particularly in a time when Holocaust denial and anti-Semitism are on the rise. So it's still Jews complaining about it.
Holocaust
It's
denial and
still Jews
anti-Semitism
complaining
are
about it.
always
Yeah.
on the rise. When are they
Yeah.
not on the rise?
The musical has a petition to combat this disrespectful production, with concerns that an insensitive evocation of Anne Frank's name in memory of the 6 million murdered along with her. There weren't 6 million murdered along with her. There were 13 million. They
Yeah.
all somehow
Yeah.
that extra 7 million people is always those gypsies and the gay
Yeah,
people and the
yeah.
retards and the trans. All of those people are just conveniently forgotten, and all we really care about is the 6 million Jews.
Yeah.
That's all we really care about. That's all we ever hear about. Trump needs to do that.
Yeah.
Trump needs to, like, the next time he gets into a little fight with Netanyahu, he needs to go, and what about the 7 million other people who died in the Holocaust? Do they not count? You know?
Yeah. I don't think he gives a fuck.
God, but that would be such a good troll for him
Yeah.
to do.
It would be good, yeah.
Man, why am I coming up with good Trump troll ideas that he's not doing?
So are we going to go
I would be
see
such a
Slam
better
Frank?
Trump than Trump. Yes, where is it?
Hell yeah.
Where's
I think it's only in New York. If there was one in Austin, though, I would totally go to see it. It sounds stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
I go to New York.
I hope it goes. I hope it goes off Broadway. I hope it goes on tour like Book of Mormon.
Yeah. Hey, how is it that I know about something you guys don't know? This there needs to like be a thing for like a button on
Yeah.
your thing for that. Like when I know something in culture that you guys don't know about.
Yeah.
What is?
Look, piece of candy.
That's
you
it.
falling
That's
off
it.
your
It's
bike.
me falling off my
Yeah.
bike. Yeah, that's nice.
Speaking of which, so Chris and I were supposed to go to Town Lake again this Saturday,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I can't make it." Was it Miranda was in town or whatever?
Well, we just had plans starting at 11:30. I felt like I could easily get to the plans
Oh,
by
okay.
11:30 if me and you walked
If-
at 9.
if it was before
I didn't
9.
want to like write it all out, but
You
yeah.
can't go walk
yes.
with Chris because we're going to get a colonoscopy together.
Yeah.
We're going to
Right.
be busy, Donnie. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Donnie.
Not sometime in July.
Yeah.
But so instead, what does Chris do? He goes for a bike ride
Yeah.
and flies over his handlebars.
Dude.
and
Again?
messes himself all up.
I'm like all jacked up, like
Dump it out. Get it
Yeah.
out. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Ah.
dude. I can't show you this one, but like, dude. My handlebars like went right into here. It ripped me down just to the top of the pube area, and then I fell into a branch, and it hit me right here. I have a black and blue mark like right here.
Dude, you know that's
I bet
how
that's
you
probably worse
die.
than having a
That's-
baby.
Like if
I
it was
know.
sharp enough and it pierced that femoral artery,
I know.
you'd have been laying there just going
Yeah, just
until
fucking
you
bleeding out.
until you like faded to gray and then to nothingness.
I know.
That's what would
No, and I honestly,
It's actually
the,
worse than childbirth. What happened?
the whole rest of the day, I was like, am I like internally bleeding or something? Because I was feeling all fucked up. I'm
Yeah.
still feeling a little fucked up, but
Yeah.
it was weird. Like I was like, okay, you're not going with Donnie. Just go out for 1 hour. You can
Yeah.
go for 1 hour. And so I was looking for my glasses, my normal cycling glasses, and I couldn't find them. So I was like, I'll just wear these other piece of shit glasses. Like I found them at like a Boy Scout meeting or something,
Yeah.
and no one claimed them. So I wore these glasses, and I think that's what it was. I think I'm just used to like my normal field of vision with the glasses that I normally wear, and I was wearing some other weird ones, and I think I just misjudged a rock situation, and it didn't feel good. I fucked my bike up really bad, actually. Like I broke, I broke the fucking front brake lever.
Yeah, you said you fucked up your brake lever.
Yeah, I fucked up my brake lever, and then my handlebars like twisted on the forks. That wasn't that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
anyway, it was just a huge pain in the ass.
Well, it was really, really nice. I was telling you, it was like really, because the week before I went out there and it was hot and humid and I was miserable. But
Yeah.
then it was like, there was like cold front blowing in, and it's actually been, we've had good afternoon thunderstorms the past few days.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Blow through. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten really, really miserably hot. And also, like, the whole East Coast and Europe is under a wet bulb right now that's really miserable. So remember when that happened a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
That was, it was terrible.
I'm under a wet bulb.
You are under
You
a
are a
wet
wet bulb. Under a wet bulb. You
You're
are
on
a
the
red
Brit
bulb.
Squad.
Bulb.
Are you going
Well,
to
that's-
Boston? Did you make a plan to go to Boston?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I was looking at the prices.
I'm going on the 7th to the 9th. Then I'm going back in September the 25th to the 27th. And I'm going back in October to Providence, Rhode Island for a few days too. And then that's it. I don't think I'm traveling again for the rest of the year after that.
Nice.
Fucking, I hate traveling now, man. Like, I hate traveling for work. I'm fine doing it for, like, pleasure, but
Yeah.
we're going to go to Alaska next year.
Oh, that would be cool.
The only thing, so Kristen's like, can we do a 1 week cruise and then a 1 week like stay in a cabin? And I'm like, man, I fucking hate cruises.
Mhm.
I fucking hate cruises. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you're stuck on this
You're
boat.
basically in a mall on the ocean.
You're in a floating mall.
Yeah. Or maybe it's almost a little bit like a casino too. But like,
Oh yeah.
it's basically like being in the Kalahari Resort. You know what that is, right?
Oh, yeah.
That thing that I'm like,
In
I went
Cedar
the
Park,
one in
yeah.
Cedar Park, and I'm like, I went in there, I was like, this is a casino without the casino.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe at some point, if they ever legalize gambling at casinos in Texas, then this will just become a casino, I guess. I don't know.
I was just in a fucking Uber with this woman, and she was like, "You ever been to Kalahari?" And I'm
Dude,
like,
black people love Kalahari Resort. That's where they all go.
she handed me her
There's
phone
some good sushi there.
Yeah.
and showed me a video that her son took of a video playing at Kalahari of the owner of Kalahari going to Kalahari
Yeah.
in Africa and collecting and like buying artifacts to put in the park.
But
I was like, "What, lady? What the fuck are we doing right now?" Like, I didn't say shit. I was like, "Wow, that's really interesting. Thanks
Yeah.
for making me watch this 13-minute video
so happy to
Lady.
celebrate your culture.
of your son taking a video, his hands all shaking while he's taking this video."
At
It's
the
like,
Kalahari Resort of the Kalahari guy going to Africa. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
My mom and stepdad and stepbrother and his wife and kids did the 4th of July weekend there like 2 or 3 years ago. And so I went, and it was crowded, and I was like, this must be where every black family in Central Texas is right
Yeah.
now. I mean, it was crazy. I was like, I am not in Austin, as far as I felt like I was in Dallas.
What
Yeah.
kind of park is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like when we lived in Orange County. I mean, there's like no black people there, and then they opened a Raising Cane's, and we
Oh,
went to it
yeah,
on the
yeah.
opening weekend,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
walked in, and we were like,
This is where all of the Orange County black people
"Holy
are.
shit!"
We were watching a video of black guys playing gay chicken earlier. Tommy, you want
that?
to show them or you want me to?
Yeah, it's a TikTok video. I sent it to my brother, my dad. I sent it to Clay and Joey.
No, man.
Well, they're playing gay chicken. Do not be saying that. I'm not down with that gay shit. It is Pride Month, but it's Juneteenth. Chill.
The guy sings at the end. He goes, "Oh no!"
You're not convincing us that you're not somebody's boyfriend,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
With your little.
Hey, look how good the characters. These are all actors. That is Ellie Fanning, and then he's Norman Reedus. You know Norman. Did you ever watch The Walking Dead? Right.
Oh yeah.
Dude from The Walking Dead. Yeah. If
Wait,
he goes
who is he from Walking Dead?
Daryl.
Oh,
from
Daryl.
Walking
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah. If you once he goes and he looks at the actual characters, what is this? You have to do a Rubik's cube for this.
But I can't rotate them around.
Josh, would you rape that character with their legs up like that?
She's not a real person, so yes.
So, yeah.
There's
Oh
no
yeah, that
crime.
is Daryl.
Yeah, so they're to this point now where, I mean, you're basically playing a really accurate version of the actor.
That's
CG
crazy.
actor.
That's fucking crazy. It looks really good.
No, I had a big sister. She was always accusing guys of stuff and breaking up with them, and they were heartbroken. And
She was.
there was all those rules, and I figured out how to date respectfully from having a big sister and
Yeah.
parents in the house and a father.
No.
So I'm very respectful towards women
The
to their face.
Yes.
The faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
The highest
Not on podcasts.
highest amount of respect for women.
Well, I used it
obviously.
all up when I was talking to them. I'm all out.
Yeah. By the
All
time
tapped.
you get here at fucking 7 p.m. on
Now
a Thursday night,
He's arguing the way that he wants to argue with them. He wants the way that would leave his house in ruins,
yeah.
like the nuclear option. That's what he brings over here.
Right. Right.
So it's like, all women lie about rape, and no men have ever raped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. We all have to like
The statistics are already exaggerated, is what I'm saying. So I don't know what numbers to start even with to try to find an accurate figure.
Josh, this isn't about statistics. It's about the fact
You
that
said-
in the population,
What percent of men do you think?
I'm not talking about like the statistics reported by the fucking New York Times. I'm talking about like there is a number of men who are violent. There are a number of women who accuse men of rape. Like those two.
Yeah, I don't know what to judge that information off of if I were to come up
I
with
know.
a figure.
I'm saying play a.
I've never
I'm
heard
Yeah,
it.
saying-
it's like use consult the gut. Consult like your understanding of the world, the model of reality that you have inside your own head.
Right.
That's
Consult
based
that,
on who I know.
and then make a determination, and
in
then let
my
us know
life.
what your determination.
Like, have you
I
ever
don't
met a
wanna
guy
rape.
who's
I
a?
don't know any rapists.
Have you
or-
ever met a guy who's a pathological liar?
Yes.
Okay. So you have met
Or
people.
have I?
So you've met people who are disconnected from reality in
Yeah.
some way,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
Yeah, and there's guys that think they deserve the pussy.
That's what I'm.
I mean, I
that's
think I deserve the pussy.
I
at all
honestly,
times, for every
Donnie,
time.
I think you deserve the pussy
I
too.
mean, I think
yeah.
I deserve.
you
I'm
think
not.
you
Now I'm not
deserve
going to
the
go
pussy?
take it. Like I deserve to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go take it out of the till in
Right.
the grocery store or whatever. I'm not
Right.
going to pull a. I'm not going to pull a Run Lola Run. Is it Run
Right,
Lola Run
yeah,
where
yeah.
he holds up the whole grocery store?
Yeah, yeah.
And then she comes and she screams at the craps table until she wins.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
that's how it ends. But no. But yeah. So. And I say most people aren't like that, right? But probably 8% of people now. Whenever
I would
you're
hope
going,
you're right. I would like it to be 8. That sounds delightfully low. You know?
Well, I mean, it's just what would the world look like if it was 30%?
Not good.
The world would look very
Not
much
good.
different. Like I was
good, Bob.
I had a argument with a friend of ours' wife who is a very, she's
Whoer.
she's like our lawyer friend.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, and she was of course going on and on about incels and how horrible they are, and I'm like, if incels were anywhere near as horribly dangerous as you're saying they are, there would be women getting shot up, like guys driving up and down the roads looking for pretty women that they hate who won't fuck them to shoot every day.
Right.
You know what
We'd be
incels aren't doing? They're not
we
raping.
wouldn't be hearing about
Right.
one incel every 2.5 years, maybe going a little crazy.
Like
you know.
going in and murdering up the Asian massage parlor.
Yeah, or Elliot Roger, or you
Yeah.
know, like we'd be hearing about that all the time.
Right.
But of course, they are convinced, just like conservative people are convinced that there are constantly creep men saying they're trans so they can go into the women's bathroom and look up little girls' skirts or
Right.
whatever. That's the same thing.
Are there those people? Yes.
Yeah.
Are
but
the numbers of them extremely small?
That I wouldn't say is even 8%.
I would say is like
Half of a
under a
yeah,
percent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
under 1%. Of course, trans people are 0.5% of
Right,
the population,
right,
but you would
'Cause
think
they
that they
think
were
they
a
count as
quarter of
two.
the population.
Yeah.
'Cause they count
Because you
as
think
two.
you're two people, you get to be
Well,
half.
in
Fucko.
2020, it was probably a quarter of the population,
Yeah.
but now we've cooled off a little bit.
They don't
from
exist
that.
anymore.
It's funny. Me and Miranda had this like really gnarly debate about Canadian gender pronoun laws.
Yeah.
And
like the Jordan Peterson shit,
all that
the
shit.
Bill C-113,
all
or whatever
that.
it's called.
Yeah. All that shit back in like 2019 or something like that. And then yesterday, her and I were on a walk, and she was like, "Dad, you're right about the Canadian gender pronoun laws." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." Like, yeah.
You're like, what do you mean I was right? Are you saying that because you now believe in God and you understand the religion, it's illegal to be trans? And you know what? You should be legally forced to be someone's girlfriend.
She was like, I think I might start listening to Jordan Peterson. I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You don't have to do
Please
that.
don't do
Do
that.
not.
You don't have to do that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be fucking extreme.
Yeah.
You also don't have to even be all that opinionated about the gender pronoun laws. You could just be like, yeah, that's fucking dumb, and then just leave it at that. Like, it doesn't have to be a thing. That's the thing, like, with my kids, I feel like everything
Has to be to the extreme.
has to be like a statement of like principle or something. It's like, no, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that Jacob might be a little bit like that with wrestling, right?
Bro,
That's
he's
what
like that with everything.
That's what Wyatt's like with powerlifting. He's just that's all he has. It's his entire driving force: his powerlifting and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things he cares about.
Well, at least he's got that girlfriend. Like, dude, I was talking to the neighbor yesterday. They were moving out, and they're like, yeah, the family that's moving in, they have a 16-year-old girl. And I was like, hey, Jay, you hear that? Like, I didn't say it right then. Later, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
He goes, 16-year-old girl. He's like, I'm not a pervert like you. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay. Like, look, dude, I'm not saying you have to go over there and fucking rape her. Okay.
Josh is saying that.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. No, now, if Josh was your
Have a look
dad,
at her,
if-
see if you like what you're looking at.
yeah.
If she doesn't have a fupa,
Yeah.
What could a saying be? If she doesn't have a fupa, it's time to woofa. I don't know. That was fucking
Time to get a
stupid.
scoop.
It's stupid. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, he is like that about wrestling for sure. He's obsessed. But then like other things too. Like he has this whole thing about like vanity, where he's like, vanity is like bad. Doing things just for looks or like just for show. It's like it's the wrong motivation. And he's like had this whole thing where he's like, I'm on like an anti-vanity campaign, and he was like,
Oh God.
telling,
he's gonna start holding his sperm in
yeah. And I was like, bro,
for power.
like you can have that thought and like not be a douchebag to all your friends,
Yeah.
right? It's the same thing with like he's on the Sam Harris free will thing, which I'm also I agree with it, but like literally no one wants to talk about free will, no one, unless you're a fucking like philosopher or just a nerd who likes to talk about anything.
Yeah.
Your friends don't want to talk about free will. Your mom doesn't want to talk about free will. Like, and he gets very like impassioned about it. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you gotta let this. This isn't the hill you're gonna die on. You have to like let people just like not give a fuck about free will.
Also, like, how many people even have considered the concept?
None.
You know?
None.
Like, yeah.
That's the thing. It's almost like he is into it because no one's considered the concept. So when he tells like other
Yeah.
17-year-old kids, I don't believe in free will, they freak out. They're like, what the fuck are you talking
You should
about?
tell him that sounds a little bit like vanity. Like he wants to be the guy who blows people's minds
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
he
Hypocrite.
tells the things that
Yeah.
they've never heard of or
Yeah.
whatever before.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, dude, I'm really getting fucking tired of how like just idiotically pro-Israel Sam Harris is. That's the one thing,
Yeah.
one problem that I have. It's like anytime it's like, okay, they are murdering babies. Well, you have to look at the if Islam had control over blah blah blah. I'm like, you can say you don't have to like immediately change the subject when we start talking about like starving children in Gaza. Oh man, I'm waiting for him to give a new episode about the stuff that's happened with the Iran stuff since then. Because he was all about Trump needs to go and bomb them. He needs to he needs to get rid of those nuclear sites. Blah blah blah. He's completely to the point where I'm like, dude, AIPAC has to be paying him. Like it's really crazy how pro-Israel he is.
It's really it's weird because I mean here's the thing. I'm probably 75% in his camp, but in
the global statistical analysis of it all,
I want to be 100 years ago.
It would be nicer to live in Israel than it would be to live in Iran under the caliphate or Saudi Arabia or whatever.
If you
be our business.
If you I think about it like this: like, do I want the world to look more like Israel or more like Iran?
Yeah.
But having said that, I mean, man, like, can these people not be a little bit critical of like the way they've executed the war and Netanyahu's like strongman politics? For as much as Sam Harris fucking hates Donald Trump,
I know.
you would think that the Donald Trump of Israel, he could like, shed a little bit of like whatever that animus that he has for Trump onto Netanyahu. But it's like, dude, I know, I'm with you. I listen to him and I'm like, man, you are so captured by this. It's like really. Did you hear that question and answer thing where like the guy wrote in a guy wrote in like a really thoughtful like.
Yeah, but it's like, can't you just admit that like it's really, really cruel and brutal, a lot of the stuff that the IDF is doing in Gaza, and just his immediate pivot to how bad Islam is and how much better how much more free it is to live in Israel, and how much blah 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 blah. Like his immediate pivot, like wow.
The babies dying thing to me feels like how many rapists are there? The people reporting the numbers are notorious exaggerators. The people getting raped it's all women, and they're doing lady math. The people that are getting anti-Semitism are all Jews. They're doing Jew math.
I mean,
I'm accusing everyone of hating them because everybody wants to be the fucking victim. So was their babies dying or not? I don't know, because these people are the ones that rounded up to 6 million, and now we all have to feel bad.
There's a lot of truths in what everyone's saying. Like, I believe that on October 7th, women were raped and babies were killed. I 100% believe that. I also believe that in Gaza, hospitals have been and schools have been blown up when they could have probably been. Like, they're talking about how surgical the Mossad has been in Iran, where they've like, I don't know if you've heard this stuff, or maybe it was even on his podcast, where he's talking about like how for like the last 10 years they've been like going into Iran and building factories to build drones to execute attacks on Iran.
Yeah.
But like, they have to fucking blow up a fucking school or a hospital to like root out the people in tunnels.
Well, we had to blow it up.
There's Mossad, there's IDF, and I mean there is video after video after video of IDF people just executing unarmed people with their hands up.
Yeah,
killing members of the media, journalists. Blowing up vans of Doctors Without Borders types and medical aid stuff and all that. Like, they're just it's incredibly cruel and bloodthirsty. And anytime you bring up any of those things, which we have video evidence of, like the Sam Harris is just immediately just like redirect their mind. Like it's really insane how
well. And
how
that's
these
not
guys get to be thought leaders.
And it's not.
Oh, are they smart? Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson. Everybody listens to these people.
Well, they're educated. They wrote good books. Sam Harris is a was he a neurophysicist?
No, a neuroscientist.
Neuroscientist, yeah. I mean, he's all about consciousness and the brain and all that.
Okay.
He's obviously a really smart guy. He's just also ideologically captured.
And at this point, he's an influencer. They've
Yeah.
all become influencers.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, there's
you know,
agenda. There's
they
a agenda.
find, and his definitely thing is like getting into politics and morality and all those different things, because that's his lane and that's also his audience, and that's what he became big doing. He's one of the four horsemen, the four atheist in quotes people who
New atheists.
they were basically the vanguard of new atheism or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, all of them have this. And then there are some comedians who have pivoted way deep into this stuff, like Dave Smith.
Yeah.
Bill Maher was always this kind of guy in politics.
Well, that's the thing. It's like out of all of these people that we're talking about, I still think that Sam Harris is probably amongst the more thoughtful.
Yeah,
of them,
definitely.
right.
The way he thinks things through, which is why it's so crazy how obvious it is when any time it becomes the Israel.
Yeah.
Any time the subject goes to Israel, he turns completely Republican.
Yeah.
I mean, like evangelical right-wing Republican.
I mean that's the another interesting thing about it is that Israel is a religious state.
Yeah.
And this guy is a fucking atheist. He's like one of the prominent atheists in the world.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be in favor of a state that's tied to one of the major world religions? How can you be that like forgiving of?
I mean, Saudi Arabia has Medina and Mecca and everything. Like that is also that's bad, right? I mean, obviously, you can bring up, look at women's rights and look at all the things.
Of course, and you should, and it should be brought up.
Yeah.
And he brings it up, but it's like, it's not like, I just feel like there's almost no nuance when it comes to talking about Israel.
Oh, no, yeah.
And it's not like he's ever actually, like, I've never seen him, maybe he has, but definitely not on the podcast. I've never heard him debate someone or talk to someone who's like representing the other side. He talks to Douglas Murray. He talks to Barry Weiss. He talks to...
he hasn't ever... I don't think he's ever had like a real pro-Palestine...
Or even just like maybe not even pro-Palestine. Maybe just like not a war hawk.
Yeah.
Like Douglas Murray and this guy that he had on last week. I mean, these guys are like fucking IDF spokespeople, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Like... Just even like a moderate, like he's not like having any sort of detailed conversation with anyone who challenges the worldview that Israel is well within their right to like massacre people.
And so it's to the point where I haven't even listened to the episodes now. Like that most recent one, I don't listen to the Israel. Anytime I can tell that it's about like Jews or Israel, I'm like, I don't even want to listen to it because I know exactly what he's going to say. I know what, like, I'm not going to hear anything new.
No, yeah.
So.
Well, Matt Taibbi, Useful Idiots. Do you ever listen to that podcast?
So for the first 2 or 3 years, I was subscribed to Matt Taibbi's Substack.
Me too.
And then
he went off the rails.
And I could tell how he was going. But what really made me just stop paying him for anything was whenever he was in complete denial about the Ukraine invasion. Like, cause he was one of the ones that saying, "No, this is WMDs all over again. Russia's not going to invade Ukraine." And then they did, and I was like, okay, that you're too far down a certain rabbit hole or something.
Well, he's like so useful.
But I still like reading what he says. I still like reading his opinions a lot of the times on a lot of things,
Sometimes, definitely not on Ukraine. And now him and the Useful Idiots people are so far in the other direction in terms of like basically being apologists for Iran. Like I just listened to the most recent Useful.
Oh, are they?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. And it makes you think. It's like, so Taibbi's like an apologist for Russia. He's an apologist for Iran. Like, I mean, there is some amount.
I think a big part of it for him is he's so contrarian.
Yeah, he's just contrarian.
And so kind of. I mean, he even just had a thing where because he said he was criticizing.
I saw it.
He was criticizing Mom Donnie, the New York, which I was going to bring up that too. That we have apparently New York City literally elected Osama bin Laden to be their mayor, according to the right wingers, and he was basically criticizing it, saying it was all bullshit.
He won because of
whatever.
Political influencer Nick Mullen.
Yeah, Nick Mullen, Stavros Halkias, he got the cum boys.
Did you see the recent Taibbi thing where a guy's like, "Hey Taibbi, you're basically just a contrarian. What do you actually stand for?"
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I was talking about that little thing he posted it on his Substack, and he was like, he's like
fair point.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so contrarian, and I'm so like, this is all, and he's always been like that. He's always been like, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. I remember in the 2008-4 election, Bill Maher had him going to doing segments where he'd go to all the DNC and the RNC, and he would just be like, all of this is bullshit. You know, it's all just bullshit. So he's always been like that, but I think he's like that way more towards Democrats and liberals now. Yeah. And the reason for that is because he got called to testify. I think it was when he got called to testify about the Twitter files. And while he was testifying, the IRS came to his house about some problem with his tax return from 6 years before. Yeah. It was very, very much, it seemed like an intimidation tactic or something. Yeah. And that, I understand why, that would really push you in a certain direction. Oh, dude. So I still like to read what he says, and every once in a while he'll make a point. I'm like, that's a good point, and I might incorporate that into what I think about the thing or whatever. But so much of it is like, I'm just like, come on, dude. Like,
well, listen to. Yeah, I'm with you. By the way, there was that before Russia bombed Ukraine. He was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. He was like, this is nonsense. This isn't going to happen. Yeah. People are making like a huge deal of this. And then the next day it happened. And then he wrote like a apology.
He's like, so I was wrong.
He's like, yeah, so I was wrong. And I literally went to his Substack. I'm like, not paying for this shit anymore. Like, this dude's fucking off his rocker, right? Yeah. But I also do kind of like listening to what he's saying. My point I was going to make about when we were talking about the Sam Harris thing is like, it's actually kind of useful to listen, like if you listen to the most recent Useful Idiots and then listen to the Sam Harris thing, like back to back.
Yeah. To hear the two sides?
Yeah, you're going to be in it for like 3.5 hours of listening to people talk about a pretty depressing topic. But like, just to hear the like, well, here's the thing. The Useful Idiots guys are so much lazier than Sam Harris. At least Sam Harris has like justification. Yeah. Like he's rationalized it in his mind, and he can like talk it out very clearly, point by point. Yeah. Some of the shit that these guys are doing, I'm like, this is a fucking jump.
Like almost like you're taking a really, really shallow surface level argument and not going any deeper with it. Like, like, oh, like, well, they're what? So are you pro murdering babies?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Israel is like, oh, so you think that them coming in on October 7th and raping all those women is fine? Yeah.
Yeah. It's I did it. I listened to the Sam Harris one, and then I listened to Useful Idiots. I finished it today while I was working out. I was like, oh my god, dude, I have to step back from this shit. Like, I'm probably going to take your tack where I'm like, I'm just not going to listen to it if it's about Israel.
Yeah.
Why become a thought leader if you don't have an agenda? These guys all seem to have something they're trying to convince everybody to believe.
I think they're just making a living. Like, there's the big problem of audience capture with a lot of these people too. Yeah. Which is where, well, I get a lot more listeners if I talk about this one thing and this opinion. If I'm constantly, that's what all of this is now. Yeah. The people talking, the anti-woke guys talking about how shitty the new Marvel TV show is. They have, and I watch those guys talk about that because it's really fun to listen to, and it's kind of.
It's a girl named Riri.
Yeah. It really is fun to watch people say that things that are bad, and here's all the reasons why they're bad, and especially if all those reasons are ignored by the other side, so they can call you a racist and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's really entertaining. It's reality TV at this point.
Yeah, What
does Bro Marvel look like?
And so if you get if we had something that we talked about and we got 50,000 views on every video where we talked about how every single woman tells lies about rape, so falsely accuses men, and also every single man might as well be a rapist because they all think we're rapists, and all that. If that got us shitloads of views, and then we started like monetizing that shit, we'd probably keep talking about
Why
it,
wouldn't
right?
we do that every single time?
Right,
We
yeah.
have an
That's
obligation
we're
to
just
our fans.
we're just jealous because we haven't found
Yeah.
that topic yet that we can.
We haven't gotten an
milk-
audience capture. We
You
haven't
know what
found
would
the
never
audience to
happen? We would
capture us.
never get falsely accused of rape
Yeah.
because we were already preempted.
We were on it. This is what, dude. This is why Josh is so on top of this shit because he wants to go a raping.
We're doing pre-damage
This
control.
dude wants to go a raping, so he has to have a long line of talking.
Now to raping.
So when the trial happens, he's like, "Let the record show that on 90 episodes of the God Awful Gospel
let
Hour,
the record reflect.
let the record reflect.
So-
I've been talking about a raper for a long time."
Leonard Mack did 48 years on a false accusation.
I mix some
the
weird like
fuck is
Asian
he
thing in
supposed to
there
do with
too.
his
Coming after
goddamn
me,
life
yeah.
now?
Yeah.
They're coming after me. Well, of course, that. I mean, my goal was always to get just big enough to get canceled.
Yeah.
Because I really want somebody to try to cancel me so that I can rain hellfire down upon them.
It's
I
gonna,
can-
I thought you were gonna say
it's
so
gonna
that
be
I
like
can
your high
rape.
school like story
Yeah,
writing thing.
yeah.
You just want to relive that.
Yeah, I want to make them feel like, I just want to make them absolutely miserable that my name ever escaped their lips.
Donnie's the hardest. He's
would feel
he's
like-
the hardest in the pants when he's fucking raining
If you
down
became an
hellfire.
influencer and you were controlling
I'm
opinions.
I'm from that old-timey fire and brimstone religion. I am a vengeful God.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, you love this.
Well, there was
You
I'm a
there's
love
vengeful God.
me.
Yeah.
there was also a little bit of Uncle
You
Baby
wanted
Billy in there
this.
too. A little bit of that.
Baby Billy's Bible
Look at here
bonkers,
now.
baby bok choy.
But yeah,
That's a
Back
dangerous.
yeah.
Juneteenth.
Dangerous.
But yeah, so that's that. But that even that like right there, that's like 2% of what I've consumed this week because like I said, I've been watching Black Sails. I just started season 4 of The Bear.
Oh yeah, I just saw that came. I just saw that it came out. I
Yeah.
don't know when it came out.
It's
but.
not getting. It's saying it might be a little bit better than last season, but it's not as good as it needs to be. Like it's not as good as it was the first couple seasons. Still, that's what people are saying. I've only watched 2.5 episodes of it. So
We're watching Dope Thief right now, and then after that, I kind of want to watch. Bad Thoughts. It looks good. Oh, we started watching Tires, by the way,
yeah.
which is good. Kristen's out; she doesn't want to watch it anymore.
Oh, I wonder why.
Which is fine. The Shane Gillis, the episode where he has the gun, she was like, "I don't like
The
this."
first
It's
episode.
so funny.
It might have been like the second episode, but still,
He's so funny with the gun,
it was really funny.
pointing it at freaking O'Connor. and all that.
Yeah. That reminds me, tomorrow afternoon, Miranda's like, "Dad, could we go shooting?" Who the fuck are you? But
Yeah.
yes, we can definitely go shooting. I love fucking shooting.
She's gonna turn into Jesse's wife on Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Freaking AR-15s and all
Yeah,
that shit.
fuck yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
No, I'm down. When she's 21, if she wants a gun, I might actually even get her a gun. Kristen will fucking kill me. She'll be like, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
Armed. But I would tell her like, "Hey, here's a gun and here's 3 hours of training." Oh, look at that. I like that. Man, that's cool. Wait, is that for me? No. Oh, I was like, man, that's a really nice gift. What a dick.
Yeah, he didn't get you anything from Port A.
Man.
He's mad that he didn't get invited to your house to play music.
Well, if I knew you were here, I thought you were in Port A. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting things, I'm getting to go home and go to bed now. It's bordering on my bedtime.
Yeah, we got a good 2 hours in. We got lots of stream time in with you.
We've been buying Donnie titty shit from the beach for years. It's like
Man.
a tradition at this point.
That's awesome. Lucky Donnie. All right, guys. It was good to see you. Donnie, if you want to walk this weekend, I'm down.
Yeah, I'll probably be out there. I am doing a movie night tomorrow with a couple with my old roommate.
Did you guys message me? I need to walk. 3 abreast.
Are you gonna
take the whole trail.
Will you be able to get up there at 9 a.m. on Saturday?
Yeah. If you guys are going, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm down for 9. Sunday. I can actually do it either day. Saturday
Okay.
or Sunday. so I'm down.
All right, cool. Well, I will.
I
I'll
won't do it
confirm
unless
with
it's
you.
fun, and it's more fun if y'all are there.
Well, it's fun.
Walking alone is
Yeah.
getting boring.
No, it's good. We walk and look at bitches.
There's titties. There's butts.
Well, you better not
And butts.
get accused of anything.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, later, dude.
Yeah, there's a song from this game that I got addicted to, and I can't stop listening to it over and over again. It's about being in love during the end of the world.
I'm bringing it up. I had it turned down. I don't know. You can hear the music.
Yeah, I can't do it on the train. They don't let you do that on the train. On the tram car. Please move for the tram car.
Is this world bigger than the first one's
Oh,
world?
yeah. The first one was all of America, but it was mostly, it looked like Iceland because of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit of a Mexico and all of Australia. Feels bigger, but it's got a lot more variety. And there's a lot more get. The thing I like best about this game is that there's inventions, futuristic inventions that don't exist,
Yeah.
and you get to play with them.
Yeah.
That's not in any other game. And that was what it was in all the Metal Gears.
It's like playing with Star Wars toys.
And this has kind of ruined Delta for me now, because Delta's going to come out and it's
Not gonna have this.
the engine's not going to be as good. This Decima engine's awesome,
Yeah.
and it's not going to feel as right. It's Konami. I mean, I know that they know how to make a game,
Right.
but it's not going to feel like this, and this is how Hideo Kojima games feel now.
Yeah. Right.
So I'd rather them just let him make Delta, you know?
Yeah. Let me get the curtains and get some rice cakes.
Asian Oriental food rice cakes.
I had to go to Sprouts and get the crappy brown rice cakes the other day because I didn't want to. Oh my god, I forgot those at the store yesterday. I was supposed to get like 3 different types of rice cakes.
I wanted to bring you a piece of cake tonight, but we're accountability partners.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do that, I mean, you already had beer over here for me. We're all going to die. All right, now I can put my song on.
They're also small. So
Small what's? We got chocolate ones.
yeah, I was supposed to get. I wanted to get some chocolate ones and maybe some cinnamon ones.
Then it feels like you're being naughty because you're having chocolate. I did a bad.
Then when you put chocolate peanut butter.
Have you ever listened to Churches?
Yeah, the chick's voice annoys me.
Yeah, same.
When I hear her voice, all I can hear her doing is lecturing men in the audience about how toxic and frivolous they are. So what she does.
Yeah, I thought they'd be cool because they were Scottish, and the music is okay. It just sounds a little praise and worshipy. The vibes, it's giving praise and worship vibes.
But she, her voice is too high pitched and too annoying. I like Men I Trust.
Cutesy.
That's my girl. Emmanuel from Men I Trust is my girl.
She's in a band called Men I Trust.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I get in trouble for saying that all women lie about stuff. You know how often they say all men lie?
I wonder why the name that.
Yes, me too.
I wonder where the name Men I Trust comes from. You need to have men you trust.
It's like I can count them on one hand or whatever.
Yeah.
So can I
I'm
recycle?
tired of hearing women talk about men.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say shit because we haven't experienced the experiences.
You haven't felt your feelings. I'm sorry that you think feelings are the most important fucking thing in the world.
That's fleeting. I had a girl break up with me because I didn't. What'd she say? You don't validate my feelings. I was like, I don't think feelings are valid.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. You shouldn't make decisions based on. That's why people kill themselves. It's because they're having a feeling. Now your life is over. Because you got mad.
Feelings are flaky little wishy-washy
Yeah.
things that don't. They're not, like I've always said, they're not the meat of life. They're the seasoning. You don't sit there and you eat a bowl of salt. Salt just makes the steak taste better. That's what feelings are. Oh, yeah. These things are already stale. Sucks. Have you, I'm sure you fought plenty of like slime death monsters, right?
It's more people in this one. But yes. I have. Remove. Fuck. Trying to play with this new thing. Dog. Now, this can go on me. This can go in the tool backpack. This can go in the tool rack. It looks like Ravage from Transformers. The Panther from the Soundwaves chest tapes. That thing. It folds out into a dog. Yeah.
What does it do?
It's a mine that chases and blows up bad guys. I love to say bad guys for bad guys. Because like a little kid. You know, little kids say bad guys.
Fuck the bad guy.
Bad guys and monsters are bad. I fucking hate bad guys. There's always bad guys. Now I can see if I can beat these 11 bad guys that are in my way. They're not part of my agenda, so I have to get rid of them. Apartments. I had a pizza pie this morning, or a piece of cake this morning with coffee, because that's how you convince yourself to kill yourself with treats. Well, I'm having coffee, so I should, it's morning, it's breakfast. I should have something with the coffee. Kristen made a Texas sheet cake when Ivy's friend was over. Just so there's just cake in the house, and it's basically just a huge brownie.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so good, slimy, it's moist. Have you ever met a guy that doesn't like the word moist? I've only seen girls say that. I don't like the word moist.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
It's a girl thing. It's not a guy thing to have pet peeves and tell people what they're not allowed to say. Well, some guys.
No, if you're
Guys,
saying something
we know.
stupid and retarded, then I'm going to say, hey, stop saying that. Don't be a retard.
Yeah.
Don't stop calling a request an ask. Stop being gay.
Don't stop fomenting ignorance
Yeah.
in the world. That's language changes based on ignorance. So like the apostrophe that I'm a Nazi about at work, that nobody does it right.
Yeah.
If enough people do it wrong, it's just going to be that way. And it'll change forever. That's how language evolves. So, like, you should be happy people say it's a big ask, because eventually they're all going to say that's a big axe. Because common language dictates trends moving forward. That's a big axe. So the doll is your recon. You can throw the doll into the air and he just floats.
Okay.
And then you can
This is very, very Metal Gear Solid right
Yeah.
here.
you can highlight all the bad guys.
This is really cool.
I don't see any of them. Did you get high? You were gonna get real high and watch me play this.
I was trying to time an edible, but the editable hit right as we were like recording the episode, which made the episode really fun to do.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of come down.
You got any more gummies? I didn't bring. I was gonna give you a couple bucks for a gummy.
For what?
A gummy of weed. That's the other hard thing about avoiding sugar. Weed gummies have sugar.
Yeah, but
That's
not,
candy.
one weed gummy does not have a lot of sugar. One weed gummy is like eating one gummy bear. One gummy bear is not going to cause a problem. It's whenever you get high from the gummy bear and then you eat a giant piece of cake. That's the problem.
Yeah, the
Or fried
resulting.
food or dips or whatever.
They went to
And
Bush's.
really, it's up to Kristen. She's the one who's going to have to help you do this.
Yeah. She
And
dictates
if she
the
doesn't,
food
then
of the
she's
house.
sabotaging you. If she is constantly making cake and stuff like that.
Well, it's for the kids because we have kids.
Well, conveniently. You're like, oh yeah, so I have to come up with even more self-control. The kids don't have to have cake every day. The kids can have cake once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's
I
just
think
it's summertime boredom.
It's one of those like, it sounds like you might want a lot of cake.
Yeah.
Oh, how convenient. But I guess they'll tell you whenever you get your.
Yeah, I need to get all that shit done first before I
You get all that
make
stuff
any
done,
rash
I mean-
life decisions.
Well, you know what they're going to tell you all of that stuff to do all that stuff.
Stop having fun.
You just have to have different fun. Or fulfilling fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't stay up till 2 having 8 beers anymore. I haven't done that in a while. I stay up till 11 and have 4 beers,
That's
4 to 6.
That's still.
But that's still heavy drinking, yeah, according to the
They're
doctor.
still going to tell you you can't do that, or anywhere near as much. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that counts as you're a heavy drinker now. It's just fucking ridiculous. That's not heavy. I know heavy. You haven't seen me. You don't know me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's heavy, and then there's heavy from when you were 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to stop drinking like a teen. You got to stop eating like a white. These motherfuckers are fast. They all have level 1 weapons, so it shouldn't be that hard.
I just got to cut back on eating, like maybe 20%. 20% cut back on eating, and I would start getting in shape.
Fall down. Fall down.
Like almost some lightsabers. Getting
Oh,
close.
yeah.
I'm close to lightsabers.
And I've got, I got the dog. I'm going to use the dog. And I've got a hologram that looks like a ghost. Scare everybody. Yeah, I mean, she always asks me, how many tacos do you want? and I have to say 1 instead of 3.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, I'm gonna same argument. It's not being forced down my throat, but it is in my house. So it's 24 hours at home of controlling your impulses. Would be easier if it was not there. And her and Ivy are always snacking on those fucking seaweed things, and that shit sucks.
Those are healthy.
I know, but they're not yummy. I've had yummier things. But I did good yesterday. Last night I had a salad only for dinner. Big salad for dinner. That was it. I did good yesterday. I need a walk.
Yeah, the miserable thing is that it has to be every single, or at least 6 out of 7 days a week for weeks and weeks and months and months. That's where you start
Discipline.
getting into like just the long. You see the time stretching out to the distance in front of you, how far you have to go. That's the miserable part. But usually, if I'm able to like string together 5 straight days of eating perfectly right,
Yeah.
it makes it to where it's not so hard after that.
Yeah, it's like quitting smoking and drinking after the first. There's those milestones that they say. Once you pass a month of not drinking, it's easier to quit and smoking and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to do a straight edge series of months. And then I found a cheap, big, giant bottle of Weller. So I've still got whiskey. Still got bourbon here. If I could limit myself to like 1 or 2 drinks on Saturday nights and not have anything else, it would be okay. But then I also have to make up for that by not eating like shit on Saturdays. Dude, Saturday when my mom was here, we went. Well, first, I didn't eat anything until my mom got here, and then we went and ate at Tatsuya. So I had a giant freaking bowl of ramen, and then I made, and then we kept eating like snacky stuff. We ate ice cream and my mom, and then we went to Trader Joe's because my mom wanted to see what the Trader Joe's. And she got all this like dried mango fruits and little snacky treats and all that. And I was eating that. And then I grilled chicken thighs on the grill and made very delicious Alfredo macaroni or shells.
Mm-hmm.
Shells and cheese, but it was Alfredo. And what vegetable did I have? I made some kind of vegetable. I can't remember what. Oh, I made one of those salads with like dried cranberries in it. And just ate way too much on Saturday. And then on Sunday I ate way too much because we had like breakfast, and then I made hamburgers. Just like I said, if I could cut back what I eat like 20%.
See, there was a lady. It's your mom. It's another part of it.
Yeah.
Women love making dudes just eat stuff. It validates their existence that we eat around them.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Dark City 4K. We're gonna watch that tomorrow. And Joey wants to watch The Amateur. I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's in theaters or what.
What is it?
It's the one with what's his name?
So something crazy is about to happen in this game that I have avoided watching the cutscene for. The pizza maker is, I guess, Ip Man?
Oh, the Donnie Yen?
Yeah. What the hell's happening? Oh, he's resting. Yeah. No, it's not him. It's a
Donnie
different
Yen.
guy.
No,
He's
Jet Li. Is it Jet Li?
No, it's some crazy karate guy. Somebody called him Ip Man. Maybe it's not him. I don't know the actor's name, but it's not either one of those. But I just found his Misa manga, which I don't know what that is, but if you bring this to him,
Yeah, Masanga.
a cutscene happens. A stylish Mesa manga worn by the pizza chef serves as proof of identification to unlock the door. Okay, so once I bring that, I can go in his door. And then once you go in his door, there's this crazy karate fight. That everybody's like, this is the most ridiculous Hideo Kojima thing I've ever seen. So now I just have to get to the pizza
Yeah, do it on the
maker's
stream.
house, which is right up. I have to get to my ship.
So The Amateur, it's an action thriller. It's starring Rami Malek and Lawrence Fishburne. Rachel Brosnahan,
Mm-hmm.
the Mrs. Maisel chick, I guess.
She's got real nice brows in the hands, if you know what I'm saying.
Uh-huh. She dumps him out.
In the amateur?
No. In Mrs. Maisel, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Once.
Yeah, once, and that's it.
And then everybody thought, well, everybody is me.
Everybody who is Josh.
According to my lady math.
Yeah.
I'm every
According
woman.
to Josh's studies, everybody is always trying to accuse me of rape.
Yeah. She's showed her tits once, and I thought the whole show was going to be about her tits, and they were going to dump them out more. And they did not. The rest of it was about Jews arguing. I was like, I've seen this show. It's called Thanksgiving at My House when I was little.
Oh, she's well, yeah, she's Lois Lane.
Nice. So we're going to
The new
see
Superman.
her soon.
God, I hope that movie's good.
Pizza.
I'm giving James Gunn this one chance, but I'm seeing so much so many unhopeful opinions coming
Yeah.
out with all these clips. People saying this is stupid, this looks dumb.
Yeah, I mean, from a brain dead retard perspective, the trailer just made me happy seeing all of the Hawkman and
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
I mean,
and
I'm sure. There's
least
a big
it's
part of
not-
it is because James Gunn's
I don't want it to be cerebral.
movies.
Superman.
Well, James Gunn's movies always look really good. Like all the Guardians of the Galaxies
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay. And his Suicide Squad and all that stuff. I really am curious about how they're going to tie Suicide Squad season, or John Cena, Peacemaker season 2 into all this. Because Peacemaker season 1 happened in the old DC universe.
And it's got a huge Godzilla thing, and I like the Lex Luthor guy that they're
Yeah.
using.
Yeah. I'm not thinking it's going to suck. I'm just... That's not
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Miyagi, is it?
No, he did.
They didn't digitize Mr. Miyagi.
All right, so his door is going to get unlocked, and then I can go in there. And then there's a crazy fight, apparently. Let's see. Okay, yeah, they're making a big deal out of it. It's open. Go in there. Hold it together. Uh-oh. He's manufacturing weapons. There's a door over there. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, now I can go in there with a blade, or not.
Why would there be ghost mix inside the pizza chef's facility?
I don't know. Italian puppet. Pecco. Why does he keep saying Pecco? Now I can open the door. Okay, here we go. Apparently this is a big deal. He's making pizza. The funniest mission from the first one was a pizza delivery because you had to keep this piece of pizza flat across the whole map and deliver it by hand. So it was the hardest mission in the game. I am a god. Dude, is he gonna teach me some cool new fighting moves?
No, it doesn't say who the actor is. Like, nowhere on the internet knows who this actor is.
He's making octopus pizza while beating your ass. Disrespectaru. Some of the songs on the soundtrack sound a lot like the ones Nick Mullen was singing on Come Town when he was trying to get away with singing the N-word. Kakurene. Do not disrespect her. Gentry. Needs more time. Now we can be friends.
We fought into pizza existing. Pizza with an entire little octopus on top of it.
It's flaccid. Ugh, soda. Sweet. Give me those moves. Let's make a pie made of octopi. Put it in the oven. Let's. Disrespected. It's a nice brick oven.
They still have pizza in the post-apocalypse.
Did you ever watch that pizza documentary on Netflix? They said the best pizza is in Arizona because this New York pizza chef did a bunch of experiments and figured out that it was about the soil that you grow the wheat from to make the dough perfect. And he found that the best soil for growing the wheat for the best kind of pizza dough was in Arizona.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Flagstaff or Phoenix or one of those places has, according to pizza nerds, the best pizza in the world because of the dough, because of the wheat, because of the soil. That sounds like a good road trip. I've never been to Arizona.
You haven't? Have you ever driven out that way?
No, I've flown over there. I've been at Marfa and back. Was it?
That's about halfway to Arizona.
Yeah. Pizza dough.
Pizzeria Bianco.
Okay, here we go, Austin. Pizza review time. Last time I was in Phoenix, the place that everybody says, Pizzeria Bianco. Chris Bianco, one of the all-time pizzeria guys, I think in the world. Like, if you Google him, you're going to find lots of places say he is the best pizza in the country, in the world. More recently, Chef's Table on Netflix did a bit of pizza documentary. I was not invited to be part of it. Quite offensive. Whatever. They did a whole thing on him, his methods, the whole pizza thing. So it's impossible to get. We showed up 10:30, line out the door waiting for 11 to open. It's already an hour and a half wait. Good undercarriage. Okay. You could probably hear the crisp. That's an outrageous crisp for Neapolitan style. We're working on it right now. We're putting it together. I certainly get the hype for the Neapolitan. You can taste how fresh it is. The crisp is better than the average. 7.3. And that, again, that's a big jump from a traditional Neapolitan. You can taste how fresh it is. The crisp on the crust is outstanding. Everything he picks is organic, locally sourced, so I get all that. But when I think pizza, this isn't like what jumps into my body. I knew that coming in.
Well, yeah, Dave Portnoy didn't think that was the best, but I guess he ate the guy's place.
And that's I think Bianco sounds right. That's the same one from the.
Well, he just said the Chef's Table pizza documentary said that it was the best.
I got a rubber pizza.
I didn't know.
Throw it as a weapon.
I didn't know that Black Sails is a prequel to Treasure Island.
Yeah, Because they have Captain, whatever his name is in it,
It's well, I mean, I think the bad guy.
and little Johnny, the little kid.
I think the bad guy in Treasure Island is Long John Silver.
Yes.
And John Silver is the guy from the beginning. He's the cook who's manipulating things to get with Captain Flint. And he was the quartermaster for Captain Flint. Of course, he's not the quartermaster at the point that I'm at.
Yeah.
Flint actually just killed his quartermaster, the main guy, in the end of the season 1. So it's very twisty and turny, and it's very pirate hijinks. It's pretty good.
All right, so I got a rubber pizza dough that I can knock enemies out with from close.
Cool.
Secrets of pizza dough: acrobatic karate striking. Center balance.
Pizza dough, like
great
Taekwondo?
Spinning. Yeah. Can I use the pizza to do acrobatic karate? Okay.
Concentration.
A rubber pizza? I'm Norman Penis, and I don't understand. Whoa, that's whoa. Whoa.
Morpheus? Chef's Table Pizza.
Chef is a
It's
table.
from 2022.
Yeah. But you know how Netflix makes everything
Yeah,
look
it's
amazingly
The
delicious. with their-
series includes profiles of chefs such as Chris Bianco from Pizzeria Bianco in Phoenix, Arizona, Gabrielle Bonci from Pizzeria Bonci in Rome, Italy, and Kim from Pizzeria Lola in Minneapolis. I might have to try that next time in Minneapolis. Franco Pepe, Yoshiro Imai from Monk in Kyoto, Japan. Okay, I'm going to have to watch that Chef's Table Pizza.
Yeah, and you know they make everything delicious because it's
Yeah.
slow motion. The flour being ground into wheat and making the pizza. It's like, oh yeah, everything looks good when you put it in 4K with a chef
Yeah.
gently touching everything. There it is, rubber pizza. Place it in the backpack, attach it to the seat. It's on my right shoulder.
Crumble Cookies is at Walmart.
Yeah, that guy's a millionaire. I met him, the owner of Crumble Cookies. His name's Mark. He lives in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
When they were like, I'm going to introduce you to a millionaire. And I was like, do you think he wants people to say that before you meet him? It's weird. It's a weird way to meet people. Can I just be a guy?
I know a billionaire. My sister-in-law's former...
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
what that guy, Marcus. Sorry, he's a billionaire. I did lady math by accident. See if I can use this rubber pizza to kill all those people that are in my way. You can smell my fart. Again, data scientist. Hartman's on. That's where I need to go.
So are these just songs made for the game?
Yeah, I don't know if they're only for the game, but they're used in the game whenever you're like in a vista approaching like
Yeah.
a new area and you come over the hilltop. You remember the original one was when you go to Mexico for the first time in Red Dead Redemption,
Yeah, right.
and it was a Jose Gonzalez song. Everybody's been trying to replicate how rad that was ever since then. But I mean, it's a cool idea, but then the people that did it for this, they arranged or they wrote. Woodkid did the main song. It's called To the Wilder," and he said he wrote the song and it came out on the soundtrack, but he would rather you play the game to listen to the song because he rewrote it in an emergent way where if you're walking down the hill going towards the mission, the song plays, but if you turn to the side and do something else, the song continues to play, but like the stems, like you were saying about our god awful song, it gets rearranged based on what you're doing, which, you know, that's been around since Shadow of the Colossus, as far back as I can remember, but a lot of these songs are the same like that. So they're played in a special moment, but then if something else happens, it'll change the song, which is a cool idea. And I guess this is the game to do it the best, better than anyone else so far. But it's all hipster artists that I'm not like super familiar with. Like I've never heard of Woodkid. I don't know what that is. And I've heard of Churches. But of course they got the gig because they wrote a song called Death Stranding and performed it at the Game Awards last summer. In the first game, it was Low Roar, this band Low Roar, and they had a song called "Don't Be So Serious" that played whenever you got close to this big part of the mission. This baby dies at the beginning of this, and everybody's freaking out like they did for Trainspotting.
Yeah.
Like there's parents who lost a kid that are posting on Reddit that watching the child go limp reminded me of when I was in the hospital and my child went limp after the anesthesia. I'm like, okay, it's not to be around you. I'm sure you had a rough day, but we need to be able to have stuff on stuff without everybody getting mad that they had that thing, you know? Well, there's no one else here, so I can't hit anyone with a pizza. Okay, that's cool. And make a pizza pie.
I cook it a pizza.
That's the idle while you're aiming. You just spin it.
That's ridiculous. I didn't know this game was this ridiculous.
Oh.
Where you're throwing pizza dough.
Oh, it's it's unlimited. It goes away, but it's still there. Unlimited pizza pie. Because everybody got mad at the pizza mission in the last game because it was the longest, hardest mission in the game. And then once you complete it and you bring the guy his pizza, you have to keep it flat and hot the whole way across the whole map. So you can't ride in a vehicle. You have to walk. And then you get the pizza there, and it's for Higgs, the biggest bad guy in the game, who everyone hates. So everybody was like, oh, what the fuck? This is my car. They stole my car. I gotta go soon. I gotta go to the office tomorrow. Peace. Shit.
I came into the office, went to the office yesterday, and I need to do a second day, but I do not want to go into the office tomorrow.
Well, Ford just said all their people have to come in 4 days a week.
I thought that they were
well,
cutting.
Amazon makes them come in 3 days a week. It's like, just rip the Band-Aid off. Make everybody go to work again. It's fine.
I thought that, I heard that, I'm hearing that they were going to cut back on it more for city people.
Cut back on what?
Days in the office.
Well, that'd be good.
I don't know. Or maybe it was state employees.
I mean, it makes sense for things. Any municipality, it's so hard to get fired. So, like in the private sector, you can fire somebody for being an asshole.
Even then, like it's just about as hard to fire somebody in private sector as it is to fire somebody in public sector. I've told you about
It's
the
even
guy
harder for a woman.
Yeah, just get out of bed first.
Everything is harder.
I've told you about the guy that got hired with me at my job, and he made it 7 years of being an asshole before they finally were like, it was the last straw. They had to build up
That's fun.
a
That's a fun
case
game to play.
for 7
Play
years.
the asshole game.
There was another guy that whenever COVID hit, he decided to be a real just shitty pain in the ass
Yeah.
and throw a fit to HR and not work, and throw a fit to HR anytime they tried to make him work. And it took like 2.5 years for them to fire him.
Yeah.
To like get enough of a case to cover the company's ass.
I mean, once lawyers figured out that you could sue almost any company and
Yeah.
they'll settle, that's a cash
Yeah.
cow.
Anybody that has sucked at my jobs, they have never been able to. And even if you were the kind of person who was like late and just like no call, no showed all the
You
time,
need to make a
it
kiss of
still
death
would take
for
them
shitty
forever.
fat white dudes. What's the
Yeah.
kiss of death for shitty fat white
I
dudes?
don't know, dude. Like, oh yeah, women lying about
Yeah.
them groping them.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? I mean, it's the best thing about these layoffs is it gives us an excuse to get rid of our shittiest people.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense for municipalities because you can't fire people, so assholes stay. So if they
Yeah.
if they when they used to hire assholes at sign shops, we would get rid of them.
Yeah, you would just make
But it was a little pirate ship, you know.
you just make it a very hostile environment.
Yeah. We'd make them either quit or get them in trouble so they got fired.
Yeah.
You can blame everything that goes wrong on one person easily anywhere.
Oh, God damn it, she's in the goddamn everything.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She's
I mean, good for her. Wasn't she on Mad TV or
she's
something?
a cheap hire. You don't have to pay her that much.
Yeah. No, she must be making money off being a video game actress.
Yeah.
Serious money.
75% of what everybody else makes.
God, her voice is so annoying. Her voice is so goddamn annoying. It's too... I don't know. There's something about it. It's wrong. Fucking Chaverch's chick. And also, what's the stupid using a V
Yo, what's
instead of a U? That's retarded.
Yeah, what are you, a Viking?
What are you, Latin? Why are you gay?
Why are you Latin and gay? But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the work. I don't have a problem with the hours. I don't like the commute, and I don't like the people. Same way I feel about work is the same way I feel about religion. I don't mind about what the beliefs are and what you are trying to do. My problem is that the participants.
Figure out how to get this louder. If I can open Steam Deck and Stream Deck in the volume mixer. Let's see, because whenever I do our drops, they're not. A lot of times I have to bring them way up in the edit.
I wish there could be a meritocracy where, like, you hire people because they're cool,
Yeah.
Why are
and
you
then everyone's friends that work together. So you want it to work because you all like each other and you want
You
to
ugly.
sell the thing or do the thing.
Yeah.
And then you end up having a great company because everybody's cool and everybody believes in what you're doing and they like each other and they want to succeed. There's always a lazy asshole.
That's not too bad. That's pretty loud.
I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty loud.
they complain that there's not enough female comedians, but what do comedians want? They want people to be happy and have a good time. So you're not going to see a lot of those
So
elements.
Right now, what I need is for you to climb down out of my ass.
Could you do that?
Can you do that?
Yeah, so I paid for the full upgrade to have a million freaking drops and buttons and all this stuff on this thing. So
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna try and add
I
some
thought
more
those
stuff.
guys are fags. And are you fucking retarded or something?
Yeah, I'll get those put on. I think I found those, right? I can make them. But yeah, so I think like whenever we're done for this season of episodes, we'll just do a few weeks of streams to where I don't have to edit.
Sweet.
And I would like to have more streams and more people come be guests on streams. But
Yeah, I've had a couple evenings where I'm sitting at home and there's not a ton going on. The kids are in their rooms, and I'm like, maybe we can go to Donnie's and do a stream. It's getting easier. The kids are getting older. It's just not, this is my fun thing that I like to do if I have time. So if I do have spare time, I'll hit you up and come over here and play some game. Find some obscure thing on Game Pass that we can play against each other or something.
Sounds like Radiohead now.
Mm.
Radiohead or Sigur Rós.
So now I have enough resources, hopefully, to build this road. Now that I killed all these people.
Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to build a road?
Yeah, the blue stripe ends right there. It needs to keep going. I'm trying to connect everybody and bring people together. So that we can complain on the internet that you don't hire enough women for comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, that all came about at the same time that NAMBLA ended and the KKK stopped being so public. Because the internet is used to organize things and start clubs.
Right.
But you don't want your name on that list. So back in the day, it used to be flyers. Did you ever end up watching that Jude Law movie where he fights the Klan?
Yeah, me and my dad watched it.
Yeah, I mean, that was all flyers and stuff, you know? It was the 80s.
Yeah.
So there was no way to track or quantify or organize who's in the white power group. And then what you found about NAMBLA, 96 it disbanded? That was right around when the internet was coming out, and they were finding ways to organize lists of people electronically. And there's no paper that can be burned or shredded.
Yeah.
And that's when people started complaining that you didn't hire enough women. Because you could organize online and say, that's not fair.
It's
And
not enough women.
That's not funny. That's not fair. That's not funny. Oh no, the baby's crying because I got hit by a bomb dog.
Amateur. It was released on April 11th. I doubt it's on streaming. No, digital media, June 10th.
There you go.
Guess I'll download that. And then
June 15th.
Because I'm gonna make a picanha tomorrow, one of those big old awesome steaks, and then we're gonna watch Dark City, and we're gonna watch maybe watch The Immature. I don't know. I remember those days where we would watch 2 movies, and we'd be up until 1 o'clock in the morning.
There was a women movie made about comedians called The Immature.
What?
A woman-made movie about comedians called The Immature.
Oh, The Immature.
That's immature. That's not funny. Why do you have to be immature? Why do you have to be mature? I've never seen a guy call another guy immature either. I've only ever seen girls.
The only guys who call other guys immature are guys like our friend.
Yeah.
Who are like, that's misogynistic. You can't ever say a woman did anything wrong. That's misogynistic.
Well, they don't know how to be wrong. They can do everything. It's like the God argument.
Yeah.
What if you asked God to make a mistake in his perfection? Could he do that since you said God can do anything?
Yeah.
Or to do something bad?
Could God make a rock that he can't lift? So
yeah. If a woman is all powerful and can do anything, can she be wrong?
Yeah.
It's Schrodinger's God, woman, cat in the box mistake.
Yeah, I thought a woman could do anything. So if a woman can do anything, then she can be wrong.
Yeah. Can you fuck up? Let's see you do that. Guys can fuck up real good. I've never seen a girl do that. Then they're going to go, yeah, I can.
Sometimes I wonder if some of that kind of stuff would really, if they dial back on a little bit of some of that stuff, if we were just allowed to hit them.
Everything is a reaction to something, and they want to get hit. A lot of them want to get hit. We're saying to Chris
women want
earlier.
to get hit. The women want to get hit.
That's what Chris's wife wants. The monster.
They want the monster.
She wants to see the monster from Disney.
But then also bringing down the monster by making how horrible they are public is also kind of so they also want to be able to destroy the monster. They want to have power over the monster.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to stop that straight.
Taming the Beast.
I am so tired. I should go to bed.